If you can't pump it up like Widji can, you shouldn't have a brand new pedal in your hand. Pump it up! Pump it up! Pump it up, Widjiwagan, pump it up! If you can't pump it up like Widji can.
The spirit that I felt here goes all the way back to the very beginning. The spirit, the comradeship, which is what Widjiwagan, the name, means.
You know that there are hundreds and thousands of people that have had this experience before you, and you're part of this thing that's bigger than you are. You know, there's like an 80-year tradition of people who have come before you and taken care of the equipment and traveled the Widji way, and you want to follow in their footsteps.
It always feels really good to come up here. As I said before, it's coming home.
When I talk to people and they reflect upon what their experience was, number one, they say, I've never worked so hard in my life, but then they always follow that up with, that was a good thing for me. It was a good thing for me to learn the value of hard work coupled with teamwork.
You sort of feel like as a young kid you can conquer the world because you've gone on this great canoe trips, and that you've gone through that whole trip, and you can sort of feel very much a sense of independence and accomplishment.
The experience itself, it marks you for the rest of your life.
Widji sort of strips away the superficial parts of people's lives, and it really gets kids from different backgrounds together.
Most kids who go to Widji get kind of an immediate benefit that parents notice right away.
I knew it was true for myself, but probably more so watching my children, in that they realized they could do things they never thought that they could.
The kids have to share the work, and it's hard work, so it makes you feel responsible and mature.
First carrying just a simple pack on the portage, and then a pack in a tent, and then a food pack, and then a canoe did more for my self-confidence than anything else.
Going to Widji lets you see kind of what it's like to be an adult. You have a lot more responsibility than you do in the city.
I would be a very different person had I not come to Widji.
I think we're all going to go back and we've look at the world in a different way, look at our friends, and look at our schoolmates and our teammates.
We worked a lot on taking initiative. When we get back to our lives, maybe in school or in sports, we can apply that. I love the relationships that I build out here.
Me to stay on as camper and then come back on staff, then come back a honeymoon and then bring our kids here, and now our granddaughter. It's the way life's supposed to be. There really is a unique spirit here called the Widji way, and it's about handling a canoe and handling a pack, but it really is about how you relate as well to the wilderness and to one another.
I think it's really important for kids to learn the Widji way. It's the way we travel through the wilderness, and our wilderness ethic, and our respect for self, and our teaching of respect for others, and our teaching of respect for equipment and canoes, and all of those things. The ethic of respect, that's the foundation of Widjiwagan.
It's a lot more quiet. You can hear the silence. It's almost loud. There's not as much light, so you can see the stars, and it's a lot more awe-inspiring than in the city with pavement everywhere.
Kids don't know it, but they're learning all kinds of things when they're on these trips.
It definitely builds you up for life, for sure. It drives you down to the core of how everything works.
I loved it. I've gone twice now. I'm going to go again this summer. I want to go all the way through the program and then become a counselor.
The equipment is, particularly the canoes, because they use the wood canvas canoes, are still the same kind of canoes.
There's something about the wood canvas canoes, the ethic that they teach of care and respect for their equipment, the heritage.
Carrying it and watching it, and it's just so beautiful. It's like the deep cut design of it, and it's just beautiful. I can't get over it.
For the kids, they're still experiencing Widji in this unit of an individual trail group. They're still able to plan their own trips, they plan their menu, and those are the values that we have to make sure that we maintain in spite of this increased busyness.
Currently, Widji has about 650 kids each summer. And if you look at each of those trips, some kids are there for 12 days, some kids are there for 45 days. So we're about 13,000 camper days every summer. In addition, we're functioning at full capacity in our fall, winter, and spring months. So we're in a good place, and we've been in a good place with enrollment for the last several years.
More kids come through Widjiwagan in the fall, winter, spring. but they come up by and large, it's part of school groups, giving kids experience to the North Woods that without it they just would not have it, because they would not have signed up for something like that on their own. Sometimes you need a little push. We're able to serve a more diverse group of kids than we do in the summer. I think those are great justifications for the effort that is put into the program.
Widjiwagan has remained strong, and so I think the investment in Widji is really important to ensure quality and to ensure that Widjiwagan will be around for the next 80-some years. As we've moved into this campaign, I have been overwhelmed by the people who, when asked to participate as volunteers, as campaigners, as envelope stuffers, whatever way that we've asked people to volunteer, people have overwhelmingly said yes, and it's heartwarming.
It's sort of that Widji way. I mean, it's that you were given a great opportunity at Widji, and it's your calling to come back and actually pay back and pass on that legacy onto future generations.
Most of the people you're calling are going to be very familiar with the camp, understand the benefits, and want to help.
I have a self-interest now with my son going, and I have another son who's going to be going in a couple of years, and making sure they have that quality experience that I had that really shaped who I am today for future generations. And my parents are now seeing their grandchildren go, so I'd love to be able to see my grandchildren go.